As the cattle were frightened, so were the people. Like the doves, the maidens sigh and moan. The gods of Europe, the strong world, assume the shape of flies and birds about the street. The protecting deities of Europe, the strong world, take on the shape of mice and hurry into their holes. 3 years the enemy besieged the city of Europe. The city's gates were barred, the bolts were shut, and even Richard and the goddess could not make head against the enemy. Sonnet. A sonnet is a 14-line poem with 10 syllables of iambic pentameter per line. The form of a sonnet is so demanding that the poet may need to compromise meaning in some place to fit the poem, while the demands of the poem may force the poet to discover new meanings they hadn't dreamed of before. What is the iambic pentameter? The iambic is a group of 2 syllables with the emphasis of the sound syllable like I am and dadom like a heartbeat. Pentameter is from the Greek root pent, which means 5, so 5 rhymes is 10 syllables with a particular emphasis and rhythm, like the following example from William Shakespeare's Sonnet 12. When I do count the clock that tell the time, which is read rhythmically like when I do count the clock that tells the time. This very famous line from Shakespeare's Hamlet is also iambic pentameter, but with a slight twist. To be or not to be, that is the question. If you read it closely, you can see the quotes are actually 11 syllables. That's because sometimes poets add a grace note to the beginning of a line of a iambic pentameter, a quick syllable then lead into the rest of the line. Example, how do I love thee? The Elizabeth Barrett Browning. How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. I love thee to the depths and breadth and height my soul can reach, and feeling out of sight. For the end of being an idle grace, I love thee to the level of every days, most quietly by sun and candlelight. I love thee freely, and men strive for right. I love thee poorly, as they turn from phrase. I love thee with a fashion put to use in my old griefs, and with my childhood pace. I love thee with a love I seem to lose. With my lost saint, I love thee with a breath, smiles, tears, of all my life, and if God choose, I shall but love thee better after death. Analyzing poetry. Poetry doesn't always come right out and say what it means. It's a poem, the way poetry is written, and the figurative language that is often used in poetry affect its meaning. One way to think of poetry is as a puzzle is solved. Look for the clue in a poem to figure out what the author is trying to convey. Just as we analyze other types of fiction, we can analyze poetry. We can find explicit and implicit evidence in the poem. You can draw inferences from the writer's words choice and the poem, how the writer break up stanza, if the writer repeats line, how the title figures into the poem, etc. Example, in the poem below, Christina Rossetti described the happiness of being in love. A Birthday by Christina Rossetti. My heart is like a singing bird whose nest is in a watered shoot. My heart is like an apple tree whose boughs are bent with thickset fruit. My heart is like a rainbow sail that paddles in a Halcyon sea. My heart is the gladder than all these because my love is come to me. Thea composed her heart to things that are natural and beautiful. Thea thinks of her heart as beautiful and valuable and feels that it's protected and provided for by her love. This stanza is about how happy she feels. She's happy because her love has come to her. She compares her heart to place with plenty of food and water. These places are also safe and peaceful. Cashmere, dyes, silk and down, hanged with bear and purple dye, graved in doves and pomegranate, and peacocks with 100 eyes, walk in gold and silver grapes, in leaves and silver plural delight. Because the birthday of my life is come, my love is come to me. These lines sound like preparation for royalty or a grand celebration. This line makes language about French royalty and image that could be religious. This is part of the title of a poem. It must be important, but why? Birthdays are the beginning of the new life. She's saying that her love makes her feel like she's just been born into a new life. The whole poem is about celebrating this feeling. After reading and analyzing a birthday line by line, we could argue that this is a lyrical poem about how love can be a new beginning. We would use explicit evidence like the word of birthday to support that idea. One could also argue that the poem is about how love makes your life full and meaningful. You could use the phrase, my heart is like an apple tree whose boughs are bent with thickset fruit, as implicit evidence. You can infer from this smile that the person feels full of happiness. Like most puzzles, there was no one right answer to what a poem means. The author usually does have a point he or she is trying to get across, but a lot of a poem is also open to interpretation. People who read it may understand it differently, and that's part of the fun of poetry, hearing what other people saw that you didn't, and sharing the things you saw in a poem that somebody else didn't.